Lexus redesigned its best-selling front-wheel drive midsize sedan for 2002, adopting a more dramatic appearance. Adopting many features from the Lexus LS430, the new 2002 ES stepped up its luxury game and was also closely related under the skin to the mainstream Toyota Camry. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the 4th generation Lexus ES, the mid-size sedan that offered not only luxury but also solid reliability. So grab a Snickers iced coffee, kick back, and let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The first generation Lexus ES was released in 1989 as a 1990 and served as the brand's entry-level car. Known as the ES330, it accompanied the larger LS400, which went on to become a smash hit. The sleek and sexy second generation made its debut in 1991 as a 1992. With the fresh new design, the ES was more in line with its big brother LS. In mid-1996, the 3rd generation ES went on sale. Although the 3rd generation's design was an evolution of its predecessor, it maintained its elegance and was thoroughly modern. This was the Toyota luxury division's least expensive and most popular model. As before, the basic structure and mechanical components were shared with the Toyota Camry. Wheelbase grew by 2 inches, and although the body measured 2.4 inches longer, the overall weight actually slightly decreased. Not too long after this generation went on sale, the development of a future successor would be underway. 1997. Development of the XV30 Camry began this year. Development of a new Lexus ES was underway as well. Designated MCV30, this new 4th generation ES would boast larger dimensions than its predecessor, being taller with a longer wheelbase. 1998. In December of this year, a concept design for the future sedan was submitted and approved. By 1999, the 3rd generation ES was in its 3rd model year. The 3-liter V6 gained 10 horsepower and power was now up to 210. Also, a newly designed automatic transmission had revised ratios and shift logic. Fast forward to 2001. In July of this year, the newly redesigned Lexus ES300 debuted for the 2002 model year. Whereas the North American model was launched in July 2001, the Toyota badge Wyndham version was launched in Japan in August 2001. The smaller Lexus IS had recently become Lexus' entry-level car. With the IS in the Lexus lineup, the execs were able to push the new ES further upmarket, giving it a more luxurious and upscale image. This time around though, the frameless doors of the previous ES were gone. Overall, this new ES was a much refined cousin of the Toyota Camry. It represented a luxurious take on the entry-level segment, but there was nothing really entry about it. For instance, the new ES borrowed so many luxury features from the LS430 that it was being called the baby LS430 in the halls at Lexus. Up front, the car was striking, if not polarizing. The oversized headlamp cluster was swoopy and angular. The Lexus badge was positioned on the hood, a design cue in line with previous ES sedans. Many even mentioned the new ES resembled its distant cousin, the Celica, which wasn't a bad thing since the Celica was an attractive sports coupe. The new dramatic-looking ES sported a longer wheelbase, which increased by 2 inches and was even a bit taller than the outgoing 2001 ES300. The roofline went from 54.9 inches to 57.3 inches. This resulted in greater interior space. With its increased dimensions, the new ES300 offered more space than other luxury sedans. For example, a contemporary C-Class was more than a foot shorter, and a BMW 3 Series was 2 inches shorter than that. The new ES was even bigger on the outside and roomier on the inside than the E-Class and 5 Series, which were way more pricier. The ES was even bigger than its higher-end stablemate, the Lexus GS. At launch, only one engine was available, the 3-liter dual overhead cam V6 with variable valve timing, hence the name ES300, which is in reference to the engine's displacement. The engine cranked out 210 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Although it was basically the same as the outgoing ES300's power plant, there were a few major revisions. The engine got a new drive-by-wire throttle that allowed its management system to serve up both noticeably sharper response and lower emissions. Second, the super reliable all-aluminum power plant was now paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Despite the revisions, the car's horsepower and torque numbers stayed the same as the previous generation. Buyers looking for a similar luxury sedan with a similar price tag, but with more power, could choose a 2002 Infiniti i35 or an Acura TL Type S, which packed 255 and 260 ponies, respectively. Even with modest power figures, the ES delivered adequate, real-world performance that was in line with its mission as a luxury cruiser, not a racer. For 2004, Lexus installed a new 3.3-liter V6, cranking out 225 horsepower. This update prompted a name change to ES330. In 2004, Lexus released the limited ES330 Sport Design Special Edition. The model featured the adaptive variable suspension as well as interior and exterior upgrades. For the 2005 model year, there was a mild refresh. By this time, the 4th generation ES was approaching the end of its production run, so the refresh wasn't too extensive. Also in 2005, Lexus offered an exclusive ES330 Black Diamond Edition, featuring black wood trim and iridescent black diamond paint. Although traditional ES buyers initially saw this 4th generation car as a bit polarizing in terms of design, the 2002 ES was a smash hit. A tick above 71,000 units were sold in its first year alone. Those numbers far surpassed the target of 50,000 units the execs were hoping for. The high numbers made the new ES the best-selling luxury car in the United States, and throughout the remainder of its production run, the 4th generation ES was Lexus' best-selling sedan. 2006 would be the final model year for the 4th generation ES. The luxury brand unveiled the new 5th generation ES in February 2006 at the Chicago Auto Show, which went on sale for the 2007 model year. The designer responsible for the 2002 ES also had his hands in the redesigned 2007 ES. These days, the Lexus ES give buyers a choice of different powertrains to choose from. The ES250 nameplate made a comeback, but it began in 1989 with the original ES250. Be sure to check out the 1990 ES250 video to learn more about that particular car as well. There is no shortage of ES sedans on the road, and nearly all owners praise the ES for its proven track record. Let us know if you owned or drove a 4th generation Lexus ES. As always, thanks for coming out to the show, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until next time, this is your host Rob, and thanks for tuning in to Antique Tags.